Well, I want to talk about the Inuit Eskimos above the Arctic Circle. They are the culture that has the fewest cardiovascular events of any culture on Earth. They've been written up dozens of times in medical journals, and they are sort of an enigma to the medical profession. And you have to remember there are thousands and thousands and thousands of failed medical theories each century, in the 20th century and 21st century is no different. Well, the Inuit Eskimos, their blood cholesterol is around 350 to 500. That's their natural blood cholesterol, 350 to 500. And, of course, your doctor says you better get down below 200, otherwise you're going to have a heart attack. Well, cholesterol has nothing to do, and saturated fat has nothing to do with congestive heart failure, cardiomyopathy heart disease, coronary artery disease, thrombotic stroke, thrombotic coronary thrombosis. Those are all due to what? Oh, those are all due to free radicals, inflammation caused by eating what? Oh, the unsaturated oils, coconut oil, olive oil, margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, cooking oils, all the things the doctor said you're supposed to eat. Well, in June of 2012, the Science News, very well-respected scientific journal, cover story came out and said, oh, yeah, that cholesterol is not the boogeyman. Good cholesterol, okay, good cholesterol is useless in preventing heart disease. HDL, high-density lipoproteins, the good cholesterol, high levels. You could have 100% of your total cholesterol as good cholesterol, and you won't reduce your risk of congestive heart failure, cardiomyopathy heart disease, coronary artery disease, or thrombotic stroke or coronary thrombosis, because none of those things have anything to do with cholesterol, okay, or saturated fat. All right, now, let me tell you, the medical profession has killed billions of people over the last century, or the last 100 years, telling people that unsaturated fats were better for you than the saturated fats and cholesterol. They actually there was a guy by the name of Ansel Keys, who's on the board of Procter & Gamble and also on the board of the American Heart Association back in the 1914 to 1924, I believe it was. And he convinced Procter & Gamble to give the American Heart Association $1.7 million to endorse Crisco as a better and safer and healthier way to cook instead of lard, butter, and cream. Now, you have to remember that there was no coronary artery disease of any volume to speak of. The American Heart Association during that time was sort of a brand new professional organization. These guys were kind of ho-hum. They didn't have cardiovascular disease to speak of, but they were guys who were interested in the heart because you only have one, right? And so they were kind of interested in that. And they'd get together and have a glass of wine and this, that, and the other and discuss what they were going to do. But they didn't have much to do until they got Crisco out there, okay? And, of course, frying in Crisco, using Crisco for everything, using olive oil and coconut oil and salad dressings and margarines, all those things drove the heart disease up, okay? And so it's a terrible, terrible thing. I want you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Get a hold of the DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and my new CD, Public Enemy Number 1. These are all sort of the 25-year update on Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Now, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, don't get me wrong, is still a classic. The truth that came out in the 1960s and 70s that are in Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book and the CD and the DVD, are still true today. And, of course, that was 40 years ago I said those things. Everybody laughed at me. Well, there's a lot of new information backing up what I said. In fact, front cover story, Time Magazine, June 23rd, 2014. Eat butter. The whole story is about Ansel Keys and how he got $1.7 million from the American Heart Association from Procter & Gamble to push the Crisco. And Ansel Keys invented originally what he called the 7 countries diet. 7 countries diet. And that was telling you, oh, listen, these people in Spain and Portugal and Greece and Italy and France, the island of Crete did so well because they were eating Crisco and olive oil, okay, and coconut oil. Of course, it was not true. And so he had to just sort of fall back. He called it the 7 countries diet originally. He never sold one can of Crisco. He said it needed to be sexier, so he came up with the name, the Mediterranean diet. In fact, the Mediterranean diet was designed to be a sales program to sell Crisco. There was never anything in there that said that the Mediterranean diet actually was safer and healthier and made you live longer. It was all an ad campaign to sell Crisco. Whoa, there's a story. Again, I want you to get the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. the DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and my new CD, Public Enemy #1, and it will blow your mind because everything that you've been taught about saturated fat, cholesterol, and unsaturated fats being healthier has been wrong. Actually not wrong. It was actually a big lie to sell Crisco. Okay? And so, as crazy as it sounds, it's true. The Mediterranean diet was an ad campaign to sell Crisco. There's nothing to it when it comes down to science. I looked for 35 years to find the pivotal article. There is no such thing as a pivotal article that shows the Mediterranean diet was good. It was all a man-made, created story by Ansel Keys on the board of Procter & Gamble, on the board of the American Heart Association, to sell Crisco. Wow. Well, again, get a hold of that book, Epigenetics, The Death of Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the new DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and the CD, Public Enemy #1, to bring you up to date, and you will just be flabbergasted that that's all the stuff on the saturated fat and cholesterol is another one of the failed medical theories of the 20th and 21st century. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Longevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Longevity's JavaFit line of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America, carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. If you're interested in a smooth, delicious coffee but have concerns about caffeine, JavaFit offers our great original roast in a decaf, using the Royal Selected Water Decaf process filtered through charcoal, resulting in a 99.9% caffeine-free and 100% chemical-free, full-bodied gourmet coffee. Contact your local FDI Longevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Longevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound, turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I thought we'd talk a bit about prescription drug use, as we have a Fox News story here. Headline: Report finds U.S. prescription drug spending jumped to $374 billion, that's billion with a B, in 2014. They say prescription drugs soared last year, driven primarily by costly breakthrough medicines, manufacturer price hikes, and a surge from millions of newly insured people due to the Affordable Care Act. Thank you, President Obama. The pharmaceutical companies are laughing all the way to the bank as spending rose by 13%, with the biggest jump since 2001 to a total of $374 billion in a report released by the IMS Institute for Healthcare Informatics. They say after accounting for population growth and inflation, the increase equaled about 10%. And a record 4.3 billion prescriptions were filled in 2014, many of them for inexpensive generic pills. The number of prescriptions covered by Medicaid rose by nearly 17%, and that increase accounted for 70% of the growth in the number of prescriptions filled at retail pharmacies. Another sign of the Affordable Care Act's impact was the prescriptions paid for in cash, normally filled in by uninsured people, declined by 5.5%. Higher spending was mostly due to many of the recent drugs with eye-popping price tags, tens of thousands of dollars for a year or a course treatment. Last year saw an unusually high 42 novel medicines launched, 18 for rare diseases, those that affected fewer than 200,000 Americans. 10 of the new drugs were designated as breakthrough therapies for conditions including multiple sclerosis, various cancers, and hepatitis C. Spending on prescription medicines in the U.S. rose by $43.4 billion last year, including a $10 billion due to price increases and $20.3 billion for prescriptions for new drugs. That included $11.3 billion spent on just 4 new medicines for hepatitis C. Patients had flu-like symptoms and other awful side effects for nearly a year, yet barely 60% were cured with the old medications. The new hepatitis C treatments cured up to 90%, usually in 12 weeks. However, they carry a price list of $84,000 or more for one course of treatment. One of them, Sovaldi, was launched in 2013, was the top-selling drug last year, garnered $7.9 billion, Doc. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And, the thing is, with this Medicaid paying for a big chunk of that, that means you and me as taxpayers are paying all that.
That's exactly right. And, of course, pharmaceuticals are very, very dangerous. In 2006, the Institute of Medicine said 1.5 million Americans are killed and permanently damaged annually just because of decimal point errors when doctors write a prescription and decimal point errors when pharmacists fulfill the prescription. 1.5 million per year are killed. Now, street drugs only kill 10,000 per year. Okay, now, that was in 2006. It'll be very interesting to see in 2014 and 2015 what the number of people who are killed by decimal point errors and all these new prescriptions compared with 2006. So we'll be looking for that one. And thank you for bringing this up. And, of course, the whole goal here is to not bankrupt America with all these prescription drugs. And this is why we want to educate America to prevent disease. Okay, that's the cheapest way to deal with disease is to prevent it, not let it happen. Put it all in your car before the engine burns up. And again, I urge people to get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy. Learn how to do all your own laboratory work for $4.50 instead of $2,000. Learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins, minerals, and trace minerals, and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, and aromatherapy oils. It's a trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages.
We've all heard the term baby boomer referring to those born from 1946 to 1964. There are an estimated 80 million baby boomers, with the first wave hitting the Social Security and Medicare systems in recent years, with more to follow. Many healthcare experts are predicting epidemics of Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and cancer among this group. However, these impending epidemics can be averted, as there is a new group emerging. This group we call the baby bloomers, because despite their chronological age, they are still physically fit, active, working, and playing. They've heard Dr. Wallach's message regarding diet, lifestyle, and nutritional supplementation. So while many around them diminish in health and vitality, they are blossoming and blooming into vibrant, healthy, on-the-go people. Wouldn't you rather be a longevity baby bloomer? If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
With increasing rates of osteoporosis, it's becoming more and more evident that most Americans have low blood levels of calcium. Some would say,
I get all the calcium I need from dairy products.
Unfortunately, that's just not true. Besides, most dairy products are homogenized and can contain steroids and antibiotics that kill off good bacteria in the digestive system. Not to mention, the human body needs magnesium to make use of dietary calcium. That's why Longevity developed OsteoFX Plus, containing bioavailable plant-derived forms of vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and glucosamine sulfate. OsteoFX Plus is formulated to support healthy bones and joints. Not to mention, OsteoFX Plus tastes great, unlike other products that taste like chalk or dirt. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Medford, Oregon. And Alan, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Alan, you're on the air.
Well, thank you, sir. I had a question for my niece who was a little shy to come on to ask herself.
Sure.
I got her started on the Healthy Start Pack. She's also taking glucogel for arthritic issues. And she called me yesterday with a concern of, she said that her enzymes in her liver were way up, according to her doctor. And her doctor told her to stop all the supplementation. And I says, well, before you make that mistake, let's call the guy that knows all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I don't know that only God knows all, but thank you for the kind words. Well, first of all, what was her, is this compared to her blood work that was taken before she went into the doctor, or she had not been to the doctor, she goes into the doctor, and he says her enzymes are way up, stop taking supplements?
Well, she used to be an alcoholic, and her enzymes were high up then, and then she quit drinking, and she began just living normal. And then we got her started on the Healthy Start Pack a couple of months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got hepatitis C.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what else? She's like 5'6" and 140 pounds. And I guess at the last time that she went to the doctors, they mentioned that her enzymes were up. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she says, is not the normal enzyme around 15?
Well, there's all kinds of different enzymes, okay? You have to know which one you're talking about, what scale they were using before I can comment on the number, okay? Just a number thrown at me doesn't mean anything. I have to know the scale they were using, what's low normal, what's high normal, okay, what the average is, and what her numbers were, okay? Because there's like dozens of different scales. And, of course, she could have a flare-up of hepatitis C, cause liver enzymes to go up. She could have eaten a lot of sugar or carbohydrates, which would act almost like alcohol in somebody, with her background and so forth, to cause enzymes to go up. And, these sorts of things. She could have gone out and drank well water with nitrates in it the day before. Who knows? And so I need more information to be able to comment on that, except that we deal with this millions of times a year, and, of course, the nutrients never drive people's enzymes up. So I would keep her on the nutritional program and fire the doctor. That's where I would start. Now, is she able to work?
No, she's on disability. She's actually on the line. She's listening behind us. Maybe specifically you could ask her.
Okay, well, we got to run one of those message moments. We'll be back with you, Alan, and your niece after these messages.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewable, and besides that, they're not as good as tangy tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about longevity home-based business opportunities.
Okay, Doug, we're going right back to Oregon and Alan. Okay, is Niece on the phone here?
Yeah.
He is.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have a history of any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, or rosacea?
No.
Okay, do you have any asthma or bronchitis problems?
No.
Okay, good. Any bowel problems, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, appendicitis, colitis? No. Okay. Other than the history of hepatitis C, former history of alcoholism, a little bit of arthritis, you don't have any other problems, is that correct?
That's correct.
No high blood pressure, no heart disease?
Nope.
Okay, good. All right. Well, this makes it very easy. Basically, and you're probably already doing this, but I would have you take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. I'd kind of step up to the plate a little bit here, go even stronger. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. That will allow you to have 3 of our Ultimate Selenium at breakfast and dinner, 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner. That's the calcium and all the trace minerals, magnesium and so forth. And then I would also have you take 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 3 of the EFAs at breakfast and dinner. All that will be accomplished by the 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. Because you do have a history of arthritis, I would also throw in 2 large bottles a month of the glucogel, and take 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner, and they're designed to support and promote maintenance, repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, bone itself. And lastly, because you have a history of hepatitis C, I would also add the Killer Biotic. Take 3 of those twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month. And they're designed to support your immune system, as well as 2 of those 8 herbs in the Killer Biotic also have the property of antimicrobial aspects. So they kill viruses, bacteria, and fungus and yeast. So stay away from the bad stuff, anything inflammatory. Okay, that means in your case, no alcohol, no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, mayonnaise, salad, cooking oils, and no gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, or oats. And call us every couple of weeks. Let us know how things are going. I would get a copy of the lab test, and when you have the lab test in your hands, call me back, and we'll go over what they said was high enzymes, so we'll see what they're talking about. Okay, Doug, we got time to start another one?
We're about 30 seconds away here.
30 seconds, so I'm just going to remind everybody about my new book out, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. There are thousands of failed medical theories every century, and the 20th century and 21st century are no different. We're talking about obesity, that's a failed theory. We're talking about genetics, that's a failed theory. Saturated fat and cholesterol, that's a failed theory. That mad cow disease and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans is caused by prions, when really it's just a simple mineral deficiency. We've known that since the 1860s. And these are just a few of the failed medical theories. Stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Longevity home-based business opportunities.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 90 for Life Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Again, that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And if you want to know why only Dead Doctors Don't Lie, get a hold of that set. You know, we're talking about Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the DVD, and Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the CD. Only Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Arizona. And Diana, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Diana. You're on the air.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach.
Yes,
I have a friend who is 6'1", 225 pounds. He doesn't have skin problems. He doesn't have constipation or diarrhea. He does not have any of the problems that we would normally associate with gluten intolerance. But he apparently has a nervous stomach because he gets intense pains with it. The other day they gave him some pills to take for the pain that knocked him out for over 12 hours, and eventually this pain will go into bleeding ulcers, and he'd like to know what he can do to stop that.
Okay. Well, bleeding ulcers are usually caused by Helicobacter pylori, which is a bacteria. And so the old stress stuff was actually one of those failed medical theories. Bleeding gastric ulcers are caused by Helicobacter pylori, abbreviated H. pylori. And so usually there's a 2 or 3 week course of antibiotics prescribed by the medical doctor would deal with that. On the other hand, this can also be caused by a lack of stomach acid. Okay, so we got to be careful here because if you have bleeding ulcers, you don't want to throw acid at it and make it bleed worse. And so he may be a candidate for probiotics, okay? And so here's where I'd say root beer belly, you could take a few of those, put a couple of drops of our peppermint oil from our Ancient Legacy aromatherapy oils in several times a day, a cup of peppermint tea, herbal tea, all right? And so I'd kind of go that direction. And stay away from bad stuff. This would include fried foods and processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. Also include oils, things like olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, mayonnaise, hydrogenated cooking oil. I'd still get away from inflammatory things like gluten, even though he doesn't seem to have a gluten intolerance, but he has bloating and bleeding and gastric ulcers. So I'd keep him away from anything inflammatory that's going in his mouth, down into his stomach. and have him drink non-carbonated liquids. Okay, we're talking about homemade soups and that sort of stuff. And also Killer Biotic wouldn't hurt, which again is a blend of 8 herbs which actually support your immune system and have an antimicrobial property to it. Kills bacteria, fungus, yeast, viruses. But if he has gastric ulcers, bleeding ulcers, his doctor will be practicing malpractice. It would be malpractice if he doesn't give him a prescription to kill Helicobacter pylori. Okay, so let's start there. And as soon as we get more information, let me know. But that's where I would start. All right, Douglas, go to callers.
All right, let's head to Virginia. And Cynthia, you are on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Cynthia, you're on the air. Nope, so much for Cynthia.
All right, let's head on to Maryland. And Ibragina, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Ibragina.
Yes, hi, Dr. Wallach. I
Okay.
got the pleasure to see you in Maryland a couple of months ago.
Okay, well, thank you.
And,
How can I help you today?
Yes, I'm calling on behalf of my son. He seemed interested in going into the Air Force, and by August, he needs to have his right knee rebuilt because he's going to boot camp.
Okay.
So I was thinking the bone and joint pack for
Yes,
him.
exactly. How much does he weigh?
About 180. He's 5'9".
Okay. And does he have any issues we need to be concerned about? No? Anything like skin problems, asthma, bronchitis, belly problems?
He has allergies, and he has dandruff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
do you have any other children?
yes.
Any of them have
Young
any
adult.
asthma or belly problems or skin problems?
Digestive problems.
Yeah, digestive problems. Okay, Shar?
Yes, Doc.
Yeah, this is a Shar thing. Her son has knee problems. He wants to go and get into the Air Force. He needs to have some improvement in his knees by August. And so what would you do for a 180-pound guy who has joint problems in his knees?
I give him 2 healthy bone and joint packs. So.
Okay, very good. And what kind of diet would you put him on?
If he wants to go in the service, I would give him a gluten-free diet for sure, because then his digestion will be better.
There you go, because his digestive problem, sure. Right on, very good. So, Regina, your son needs to be on a gluten-free diet, no wheat, no barley and rye, no oats, absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils. And he needs to do this now, and he needs to do it when he gets into the Air Force, because when somebody has a gluten intolerance, they never get rid of it, okay? You can actually relieve the symptoms by going gluten-free, and you will rebuild the lining of your intestines when you go gluten-free, but you never lose that intolerance, and so you have to stay away from gluten forever. And then none of the inflammatory foods, as Shar said, absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, and again, no gluten. And as Shar says, again, I would give him 2 per month of the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, and I would have him do this forever. This isn't just for 90 days. This will be forever, even when he's in the Air Force. I mean, when I was in the military, I took my supplements because I've been taking them twice a day since I was 9 years old. I even did it when I was in the military. I took them and never had any problems. And so to support and promote maintenance, repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes bone itself. Again, as Shar said, 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. It'll be 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Plus at breakfast and dinner, and 15 glucogel a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And this whole thing is designed to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. And so this will be good for him to even talk to some of his boot camp mates, because they're going to have problems. If they didn't have them, they'll have them before they get out of boot camp. Also, they don't give vitamins and minerals to our military personnel, and this is why people have so much problems with PTSD, which is in the military is called PTSD. Out in civilian life is called bipolar disease. Same disease, okay? Just in one sort of demographic. In the military, they call it PTSD. Out in their public, they call it bipolar or manic depression. Same sort of thing. And you need to give the brain all these nutrients. And so he and all his buddies in boot camp and the entire Air Force and the Marines and the Navy and the Army, Special Forces, Navy SEALs, everybody will be better off in the military if they take the 90 for Life program. So I'm urging you to make that kind of one of the goals of your son, to take that responsibility on and introduce this to everybody he can in the military. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head back to Virginia and Cynthia. We'll try Cynthia again here.
Okay, Cynthia, you're on the air.
Thank you. Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi, how can we help you?
I got an LVAD 3 years ago. I thought I had an allergy, and ended up, after about 4 months, I couldn't breathe at all. They took me to the hospital and said I had congestive heart failure and did a catheterization and put an LVAD in. A left ventricular assist device. It's a pump in my heart. The tube comes up my side and goes to a battery pack and a computer. And I would like to get rid of it. And they just keep talking heart transplant.
Okay.
I want to heal my heart.
Okay, sure. Okay, well, how much do you weigh, Cynthia?
I'm sorry?
How much do you weigh?
About 195.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay. At 5'9", lady, I'd like to see you down at like 175. We need to lose about 20 pounds, which is fairly easy to do. And so let's talk about your heart health after these messages. Shar, get ready, because this is a Shar thing after these messages.
Good liver health is vital to your overall health. Did you know the liver is the largest gland in the body? Generating digestive enzymes, converting fat into fuel, controlling metabolism, regulating cholesterol in the blood, and neutralizing toxins and waste products. Decreased liver function can lead to debilitating diseases. Hepal, a proprietary blend exclusive to Prohoba International, can help support healthy liver function. Hepal is a blend of natural organic pollen extracts, including essential enzymes, botanical glutathione, which is considered to be one of the most powerful antioxidants for detoxifying free radicals and exogenous compounds, superoxide dismutase, and aloe vera, formulated to cleanse and support healthy liver function. If you'd like to have healthy liver function, call your local longevity distributor today, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine-tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I got to tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local longevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to Virginia and Cynthia. Okay, Shar, what would you put this lady on? She's essentially 200 pounds, 195 pounds, has chronic congestive heart failure. The doctors have installed all kinds of machines and pumps and everything. But what causes congestive heart failure, Shar?
Actually, it's a lack of one vitamin, but It's in the de-stress. She needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs, and she needs 2 bottles of de-stress, and she'll get rid of it right away.
Well, okay. Well, that's very optimistic, and we've seen that many times, haven't we?
Yep.
Okay, so what we're looking at, as Shar said here, Cynthia, what you want to do is get away from all the bad stuff. In your case, it'd be no sugar, no carbohydrates. Absolutely no sugar, no carbohydrates. It makes the deficiency of this one vitamin worse, okay? And so no sugar, no carbohydrates. You can have all the vegetables you want, but no fried foods, no processed meats or nitrates, nitrites. It means no deli slices, no sandwich meats, no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, no oils, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, mayonnaise, salad dressings. Absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Of course, that you got to get rid of all your grains anyway, so that takes care of the gluten. And then Ashar says you should have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. That'll be 3 selenium twice a day, 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus twice a day, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals twice a day, 3 EFA Pluses twice a day, 3 EFAs twice a day. All that will be accomplished by the 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. And then the secret sauce here, Ashar said, will be 2 bottles a month of the D-Stress capsules, capital D like David, -stress. You take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. And what you want to do is, continue taking your medications, your doctors say, and, using your machine, but go into him as often as you can, once a week, once every 2 weeks. And he should see enough improvement that he should be able to begin to reduce the amount of medication you're on. He should be able to think about removing that machine. But he can only do that based on tests and observations and examinations and so forth. You can't do that by yourself. Okay? But
because the pump will clot if I eat any vegetables, they say. But I eat vegetables, but I don't eat spinach and kale and collards.
Yeah,
But,
and so, you already know how to deal with the machine. So, you do that, but you can't be eating sugar and carbohydrates. Number one, you're 20 pounds or so overweight, plus these things make the deficiency of that one vitamin, which results in congestive heart failure, worse, okay? And so to maximize the benefit you're going to get from a nutritional program, you have to stay away from carbohydrates and sugars. And you know what vegetables to eliminate. You've been doing it for a while. And so they can't tell you can't have any vegetables. I mean, that's insane. You would die of vitamin deficiencies in a couple of months, okay? If you're unsupplemented and not taking in vegetables, it's an insane thing for these doctors to say such stuff. That's why only dead doctors don't lie, okay? And so you already know what vegetables to avoid, okay, because they, quote, clog up the machine, unquote. And you can have the vegetables that don't clog up the machine. All righty? And then call us every couple of weeks, and certainly call us anytime you get numbers or any comments from the doctor and so on. But we've seen some really remarkable results. We've had people who are on 27 prescription drugs. They've been on a heart transplant list for 3 years, going every Friday for an examination for 3 years, pay the doctor $5,000 cash to stay on the top of the heart transplant list because they had so many complications. And in 5 days' time, their cardiologist, not me, their cardiologist took them off of 27 prescription drugs, took them off the heart transplant list, and, of course, they were supposed to die, I don't know, it's got to be 3-4 years ago now, maybe 5, and here we are. This guy's he's a pastor in Southside Chicago still preaching. Well, there you go. Okay, now, how much time we have here, Doug?
About 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Remind everybody about my new book out, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, the new DVD, and Public Enemy #1, the new CD, and contact your Youngevity associate and ask for all these new learning tools, if you will, because it's education that's going to keep you and your loved ones alive. Avoid doctors as much as possible. And, thank you, Shar. Super job as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA
FDA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.